Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and welcome back to some more weight loss stories. If you're new here, please tap that subscribe button below for more weight loss stories and to join our awesome community, the Narwhals. Also, we just created a new Discord server. Discord is basically like a community chat room, and definitely be sure to join if you haven't yet. There's already over 900 Narwhals in our Discord. The link to join is in the top comment and the description below. Observations from watching my skinny and fit roommates' eating habits during quarantine. I think a bit of a silver lining through quarantine has been really watching my roommates. We're all guys in our late 20s. I've now reached my goal weight. I'm still bigger than I want to be, but I felt like I've reached the ceiling and I can't lose more. It's closest to the lowest weight I've ever been, and I don't necessarily feel pressure to lose more. Even still, it's hard confronting why me and my roommates are still different sizes despite eating dinner and drinking together every night. 1. If they're not hungry, they just skip the meal altogether. I just like the act of eating. I've been trying to copy their eating patterns and go off of what they do. I don't skip meals, and I realize it's definitely not out of hunger. I love eating. It's fun. Every meal is different and it has fun things to eat. Food is amazing. It's a reason to live, and looking forward to meals keeps me going. But sometimes, after especially heavy dinners, I notice all my roommates just skip breakfast or have a coffee and a flippin' half a piece of plain toast. The worst part about this is they don't even notice. I think I'm full too, but even still, breakfast just happens anyways. And 2, they rarely go for seconds, and while I consciously try to do it less, I still clean the pot during every cleanup. I've had such a strong disconnect from my hunger response for so long that I still mindlessly clean the pot when we're doing dishes. I just don't know what it is. I hate throwing out any food, especially good food. I love putting food in my mouth. 3, I'm the one finishing the chips bag every time, and I'm perpetually vastly underestimating how many chips I can eat. We have snacks because obviously they're adults with healthy relationships with food, so it's not an issue for them. But I don't know what it is. Once I taste one, I can't stop. It's so much worse when we're hanging out and talking. I think I finished every chip bag we've had in the house so far. Why am I like this? 4, they crave healthy foods like salad. No matter how much I try, I don't think I do. I definitely love greens, now way more than I ever thought I would. I've definitely found vegetables that I could eat very often: eggplant, zucchini, kale, and spinach. But at the end of the day, trying to convince myself that it tastes as good as spicy Italian sausage feels like gaslighting. One of my roommates is even essentially vegetarian now, and he pushes for meatless dinners. I'm the only one who made a stink about it. I'll even gladly be the one buying meat for the house. This post is getting too long, so I'll just say also, they do other things and don't obsess over food, and they work out harder than I do. I think I'm still eating 1 to 2 tablespoons more than them at every meal. Something that I found helpful is noticing the difference between hunger and appetite. Hunger is an actual empty belly, and you can even be it for a little while before eating. The more I only put something in my mouth if I am actually hungry, the better I do with total calories. Appetite, on the other hand, is that feeling that I want to eat. My mouth is lonely, as they say in Japan. Initially, especially, that feeling is just as powerful and demanding as hunger, but identifying them separately is a great first step, and it does change things over time. Yeah, I don't understand how some people just stop eating halfway through a bag of Cheetos. I certainly don't have that gift. That is why I have to suffer salad for lunch and force myself to run, because I eat the whole packet and the whole pot. Crisps are my thing. For me, it's the goddamn carbs that prevent me from putting down a bag. A bag of Doritos, I'll polish off the family size. A bag of Quest nacho cheese chips, which practically taste the same to me. I'll have 3 individual chips, clip the bag, toss it back on top of the fridge. I've had the same 600 calorie bag of Quest chips on top of my fridge for 2 weeks now. It's about halfway through. I completely relate to this. I'm always shocked when my husband puts part of his dinner in Tupperware. I'm like, did you not like it? And he's just full, so he stops eating. Blasphemy. No offense, but that part about did you not like it is what got me fat when I was a kid. My mom would always guilt trip us into finishing our meal, no matter how full we were. I wasn't allowed to leave the table until I finished the plate. I've learned to listen to my body and work out when I'm hungry or just bored, but not yet 100%. I spent so long ignoring the signals from my stomach that I don't always recognize them. I have always had a BMI less than 25, and I do all these things. But it's not because I'm not hungry or don't want to enjoy the taste of another bite. It's because the sensation of being stuffed or overfull is horrible for me. I detest that feeling. I hate overeating and regretting it because I have to sit with that regret and feel uncomfortable. So when I'm getting full, I start thinking of that feeling and I ask myself if the food is worth it. And if it's really amazing food, then it is. Example, extra good brownies, special seafood, etc. But most of the time, the food is not so amazing that it is worth feeling yucky and having regret, so I don't eat anymore. And just some perspective in case it helps anyone. There are some tricks you can use to help manage these things. One is to measure out chips into a small bowl. The smaller bowl holding a portion almost full will trick your mind into thinking you're eating more than you are. Once the contents of the bowl are gone, you're done with those for the day. I just avoid having chips in my house at all, to be honest. When I want some, I buy one of those little 1 or 2 serving bags. Another tip is to put away any leftovers as soon as they have cooled off enough to put them in the fridge or freezer. If that means you're getting up in the middle of dinner to put leftovers away, so be it. You'll be less tempted if it's already put away. I crave salad because I'm used to eating salad. You can try making healthier food like a salad, but eat them with something you love. If that's cheese, for example, have that on your salad for a few weeks, and then dial back the less healthy ingredients and add healthier ones. You'll be gradually making yourself used to salad, and maybe even training yourself to crave it. Good luck. I know it's not easy. I am a big guy trying to get smaller, and I have been intermittent fasting for 27 days, 1 meal a day now, but I started with 2 weeks of 16-8, basically skipping breakfast, and it completely reset my hunger. It has been 20 hours since my last food, and I feel totally fine. I drink a lot of tea, no sugar or milk, which I think helps as well. I eat a good warm meal at noon, some fruit as a dessert, and that's it. Not counting calories, but mostly natural foods. I was really surprised at how easy it is to do. I did not expect that. I've been struggling with food for decades. I'm down to the last hole in my belt, 3 holes down from a month ago. I've been looking at this too lately. I have managed to go down to no snacks at all and pretty much eating only 1 meal or 2 small ones a day. I'm counting calories. I'm pushing myself pretty hard here, but only because I want results fast, and I am 10 years older and a woman. My calorie allowance is not much, but it's working for me so far. I love eating big meals. Pasta, cheesy creamy pizza, and cheesy cheese and wine. I love big meals and delicious ones. A few things I've started doing to allow myself to satisfy my craving for big meals is to have everything I want, homemade, but bulk it out. My pasta is half pasta, half green beans, butter beans, and stir-fried courgette. I have it with the sauce I like, but I watch quantities. And creamy sauce doesn't need that much cream anymore. Using less oil and butter, and when adding cheese, if I think it still needs cheese, I add a tiny bit of mustard and a bit of salt. I do loads of little things, but I try and have all the stuff I like and just mix in extra vegetables. If you don't like veg that much, just stir it in last minute so the tasty stuff doesn't get that veggie taste to it. But I find I can eat a lot and be satisfied with way fewer calories by using beans of all kinds, and chickpeas, kidney, and butter beans to add bulk. I also look forward to my meals, but I make deals with myself that I'll have this meal tomorrow, or I'll have this treat dinner if I eat healthy low-cal for the rest of the day. I also find that if I make a big tasty salad with loads of good stuff in it before I start making dinner, I'll eat that for hunger. Then when it's time to have something more delicious, I'm already not hungry really, and I'll have less. These are just some things that have helped me so far. It's a bit depressing that you can't satisfy every craving like your friends do, but at least you know it's not because they just eat anything and don't put on weight. They don't want food as much. I can't understand not being obsessed with delicious food, but they are the healthy ones. Honestly though, I think the long-term solution is to find little compromises with yourself, little changes that can be sustained long-term. And that brings us to the featured Narwhals of the day from our subreddit. Jane says 169 centimeters from 72 kilos to 65 kilos, 5'6" from 185 pounds to 143 pounds. I wasn't sure if I could hit my goal in 4 months. Turns out I did it in 3. Tabit says, first year in Austin at 285 pounds versus first year in Atlanta at 167, 4 years apart. CrossFit, daily exercise, and cardio the summer after the left pick. I saw more drastic results in the past year after Seco and intermittent fasting. A friend said my resting face looks happier now than back then. L says, "Hi, new here. In this pic from the start of the year, I was about 180 pounds. I'm female, 19, and height is 5'5". I was trying keto back then, but decided to stop as it wasn't a diet that I knew I could keep up with, but also got off track, but plan to start again." Thanks for sharing featured narwhals. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. Thanks for watching narwhals, and I'll see you in the next one.